Team Pokecolors family, welcome back to yet another video. And guys, today is a very special day because this marks the first ever I guess series on the channel that we're going to be doing. Me and Alex did some brainstorming and we're like, you know what, we're going to do a series. It's going to be called Do's and Don'ts in terms of like Pokemon collecting, trading, pricing, this, that, all that kind of good stuff. So there's a lot of potential for the series. So if you guys do enjoy this series of the do's and don'ts, be sure to leave a like, press the like button down below, and subscribe with notifications. But yeah, without further ado, guys, we're gonna get right into things here and not waste any time because this video is gonna be jam-packed with information. So get your popcorn, get your beverages, your sodas, your water, whatever you want to drink with your popcorn. Pretend, you know, you got some popcorn, because today I'm going to educate you guys on my previous and current only knowledge and experience in dealing with Pokemon fans, people, things in general, sellers, all that kind of good stuff. So friends even at this point too. So today's video, guys, is going to be, if you haven't read by the title, do's and don'ts of determining your card's value. Now, what does that mean exactly? Well, let's just take a look, for example, in this trusty Elite Trainer box that I have very many Ultra Rares. As you can see, these are all top-loaded Ultra Rares, and it goes on for quite a while. So we're just going to pick a few cards from this bundle. First card, ooh, nice. First card is a Pidgeot EX Full Art from XY Evolutions. We'll do two more. I'll just pick a random one here. All right, there's a good one there too. Emolga Full Art from Radiant Collections, the Legendary Treasures. Very beautiful card there. And lastly, let's go over on this side. And bam, okay, that's a good one too. Shaman Level X. Diamond and Pearl number 39 promo. So we have a very good, actually, variety of cards. Two Full Arts and a Level X. So we got some potential here. So one thing you guys want to do first off in determining your cards' value. Number one, in terms of like what you want to do, is always evaluate your options. Now, what do I mean by that? All right, let's just get right into it. So for example, Pidgeot EX. This is a full art from XY Evolutions. You pretend just pulled this from a pack and you're like, wow, I don't know how much this card's worth. I want to see how much this card is worth, whether it's market value or what somebody would offer me for it if I wanted to sell it on eBay, or if you wanted to trade it, and what a good trade value for this card is. So there's a couple of different ways you can do that. One way that I like to use a lot in terms of trade value, we'll start with trade value, then go to selling, and then go to kind of just like market value. I guess market and trade value is kind of like the same thing because I use market value for trading. So if you guys have a mobile device or a computer, you can go to a website, or they have their own app as well in the Apple App Store, and I believe the Android Google Play Store, whatever that's called. I think that's what it's called. But if you want to take a look here, it's just called TCG Player, and it looks like this right when you load it up. So I got some different, you know, TCG Player, like I got some different binders and stuff. So this is kind of overall the look of the app itself. I wonder if there's a way I can make this look better. Hold on, let me see if I can angle my phone up. There we go. Yeah, that'll work a lot better. There we go. So for this, one thing I like to do, if I'm trying to price check something, I like to keep my stuff organized. So like these are collections that I've bought here, and that's my small binder as of 6/10/21, and what the cards in there are worth in terms of market value. So TCG Player, they do have their own like shop that you can purchase cards from people that are selling on their platform. It's kind of like an eBay, but more or less for just trading cards and specifically. So you can buy, you know, you can scan a card, which is something that hasn't really worked too well in the past. But let's see if we can get it to work here. So we can scan this card to enter it into our little list here. See if this will work. it's detecting that there's a card there. I think the top loader is messing it up, so we're not going to worry about that. So the best thing to do, one thing I like to do is just type it in manually. So what you want to do, we're just going to go to my price check, and as you can see, these are okay. It's got to restart because it's got to get the accurate market price in terms of, you know, what people are buying and selling it for. And that's where they're pulling these numbers from. They're using their own numbers based off of what people on the TCG Player app and the website are buying and selling these cards for. So keep that in mind when you're shopping on eBay, that these prices might not be just as the same. So Pidgeot EX, it's a full art, so they have it labeled here. Let's see if you can see that. It says Pidgeot EX Full Art Evolutions. Tap that. It says it's added. Okay. Hit the X at the top left corner. So near mint, they're saying it's worth, see if you can see that there, right at the top of the screen, $4.76. So that kind of gives you a market ballpark price and where you could evaluate this card in terms of its value. So there's this way to price it out, or you can go to eBay, which I usually just use the eBay app. It's really easy to use. I like it a lot. So we're just going to type in, no, we're not going to rate that right now. Go away, go. We're going to type in Pidgeot EX Full Art. See what people are asking for. So here it is, sponsored, $6. A little above market value. Here's the card for $3.50 plus $1.75 shipping. So that's about market value. Honestly, you're probably looking at a pretty decent price for that. Here's a PSA 9 going for only $6. So yeah, there's you can look at it like this. You just type it in, scroll through, kind of check stuff out, be like, okay, this is what I'm seeing. You know, it's getting a decent, you know, kind of idea of like where people are asking a certain amount for it. So here's like a near mint one. Somebody wants $8 plus shipping. That's a little pricey, especially when you can go and buy this one for $5.50 with free shipping. So yeah, you just want to keep your eyes open. Always be open to different options. One thing I like to do, if you go on the app here, hit filter, and then you sort this by pressing show more. Scroll all the way down, and when you hit these little toggles, you're going to see sold items and completed items. You want to hit the, there we go, you want to hit the sold items and it will automatically tick the completed. Hit search, and then you can see what people are actually spending on this card. So somebody actually won this card right here for $8 in an auction. Somebody bought one here for $5. There's a Mega Pidgeot Full Art from, is that Evolutions? Yeah, it's Evolutions. We want the regular Full Art. Somebody bought one from Germany for $1.20 plus $2 shipping, so that's a pretty good deal there. So this is another way to kind of evaluate your prices. When I'm trading with my friends, oftentimes I like to use this because this provides more day-to-day basis accuracy in terms of what people are buying and selling for. That way, if you want to, you know, trade this card to a friend, you can make sure that he's not going to go around and try to sell it on eBay for double or triple what you traded it for. You know, that's another way too. You can make sure you don't get screwed, because I've had that happen before. Not intentionally, obviously. The person I was trading with, it just happened to be that I wasn't very knowledgeable about the card prices, and I just took his word for it. And sure enough, you know, sometimes you get screwed, which is bound to happen if you trade with people in person or online or however you guys trade. But making sure you know what your cards are worth, especially to you, that's a big factor in these things. Like, yeah, this card's monetary value is $4.76 according to TCG Player, $5, $8 there. But if you pull this card from a pack and that your grandma gave you, and it's the last pack that she gave you before she moved away or something, I don't know, you could have more than just monetary value to a card. So yeah, this card might only be worth $4, $5, $6, $7, maybe even $8, but maybe this card you don't want to get rid of unless you're getting $20 for it, and that's absolutely okay too. Do not settle with cards that you enjoy looking at and letting them go for their monetary value, whether it's higher or lower, honestly. Because there's been too many times, guys, I cannot express this enough to you guys. There's been too many times where I've loved a card to death, and because I was getting a good trade deal, I was okay with trading it. And then next thing you know, you don't get that card back. I can name at least 3 cards from Hidden Fates that I pulled that I probably should not have traded away, but because the trade was all right, the deal was okay, monetary wise, trade value wise, whether it was eBay or TCG Player, I don't remember. I was like, yeah, that's okay. I'm okay with letting this go at that time. And then looking back, it's like, wow, dang, I really wish I still had that one. You know, especially when I sold my whole collection before I moved to college and really got back into Pokemon. I'm, you know, working on still trying to get some of the cards I used to have in that collection back now, which has actually come, you know, pretty far away in terms of that. But nonetheless, make sure you guys value your cards, not only with monetary value, with money, but make sure it means something to you. Or if it doesn't, then that's absolutely okay too. Like, you know, there's a decent amount of cards in this ETB that I'm thinking about maybe making custom booster packs with and selling them on eBay or selling them to you guys. Like, do I care about this Caracosta GX from, well, hell, it's a promo. I mean, do I care about this? Not necessarily. I would have no problem letting this go. But if you want to take a look at something else that I might have a little bit more attachment to, not that guy, that guy's alright. I'm trying to see if I can find one here. Okay, yeah, like this guy, you guys have probably seen him on the channel a few times. This Latios EX, you know, from Plasma Freeze, the first ever booster box I opened. This artwork, not the same card that I pulled from that booster box, unfortunately, because I sold everything. But this artwork means a lot to me, especially when the person that bought it for me means a lot to me. Then it's like, okay, this card is staying with me until until I pass away or pass it on in my collection to my offspring or whoever else would inherit my junk. Just kidding, it's not junk, it's cardboard. But nonetheless, something like that is something that you guys got to take into consideration too. And absolutely make sure that you are absolutely 100% not going to want this card back in, say, a week or two, because I cannot tell you how many times I have traded away a card and wanted it back the next week. You know, it's ridiculous. But it happens, you know. That's what Pokemon's all about. It's about the love and the appreciation of the different cards, and, you know, just kind of like finding what you enjoy. And as you become a more, I mean, I guess in terms of my own personal experience, I've become more or less rather a more like fine-tuned kind of specialized collector, where I only like to collect certain types of cards rather than the Pokemon themselves or the ones that, you know, I just liked back in the day, you know, because I love level X's, don't get me wrong, but am I going to go hunting every single one of them? Maybe in the future when they start, you know, showing a little bit more value, I guess, if you would call it that. But I mean, now's the time to get them before they take off. But, you know, it's not something I'm going to be itching to, you know, get my hands on. Like, I gotta get 20 of these Shaman level X's because I love level X's so much. Like, no, that's not how it's about. For me personally, I get more enjoyment now completing sets, and Shining Fates has been my kind of eye-opening, you know, thing for that, because there's just something special about putting a card into a binder. And, you know, we can save this topic for another day. I'm getting off track here, but forgive me. But yeah, some don'ts that you guys want to do, obviously, I just mentioned. Don't trade away a card that you have some sort of attachment to, whether it's monetary or personal experience, because once you trade that specific card away, you can get the artwork back, but it won't be the same. Just like on that Latios EX I just showed you guys. I mean, it's not the same one I pulled, so like, it's not the card that I pulled from my first booster box. Does it still have some value and some, you know, I guess, experiential value to me? Absolutely. I would never trade the card that I have in this ETB for anything in the world, unless it was like something I could retire off of or buy 80 of those kinds of cards. So like, that's another thing too. Make sure you guys do not, absolutely do not trade away something that you have some sort of value in, whether it's monetary value or personal value, or maybe it's just the artwork and the appreciation for the card itself. I mean, this glitter pattern, you might just look at this card and be like, holy crap, this card's insane. I've never even seen this before. And then, you know, then I just like sparked this revolution inside you. We're like, wow, man, this card is just insane. I want to go buy 80 of these. Like, go right ahead. That's what we're here for. We're here to express our love and passion for the Pokemon trading card game, as well as making sure you guys don't get screwed, honestly. Because there's been so many times where we've gotten scammed or just gotten screwed out of a trade or made mistakes that are simple mistakes, and we've learned a lot from them. And that's kind of the whole purpose of this series. So if you guys haven't yet, be sure to hit the like, smash subscribe down below, and help us reach 1K subscribers so we can start actually making a difference in people's lives. That's our goal here, guys. We want to make smiles happen daily. Obviously, we can only record right now as much as we're able to, as well as uploading with a certain schedule. But nonetheless, guys, that's what we're here for. We're here for you. We're here for you guys to come to and to learn from, to have a good time and a good experience with somebody that's just like you. We're just like you. We're nobody with the big following, not having a big, fan base to start out before you switch to Pokemon content. Like, I'm not some big streamer. Yeah, I streamed, but I'm not like some huge, big deal. We're just an average Joe that likes Pokemon, and that's why we're here. We're here to help you guys along the way, as well as learn with each other about Pokemon in general. What we like, what we don't like, what to do, what not to do. And that's the whole point of this video. Another thing I can suggest too, make sure you guys always, this is another do, by the way, make sure you guys always weigh your options. So there's this other app, if you want to call it that I want to show you guys. It's called Pokelector. They have a website that you can log on to, and they have an account that you can create for free to use their services, but they have a really nice way of visualizing cards, and that's why I really love this app, and not to mention some other things. But let's take a look, for example, at Shining Fates, because I'm trying to complete the set. Now, in here, you can toggle which cards you have. I'm not signed in, so let's just do that, sure. So, like, say you have this one, you can tag these, check mark them, and then there's a way to, like, tap on the card themselves. So let's go down here to the Shiny Vault, and say you're looking at trying to get a Charizard, because once you get that Charizard, you're going to start collecting the whole set. So, for example, you tap on the card here, and it gives you some basic rudimentary, the name and the set number and all that stuff, basic info. You tap on pricing, and top listing here says $225, updated a month ago. So that could be lower, it could be higher. It really just depends. But they have kind of like a ballpark for, different types usually of a card's price range. So you can kind of use this to kind of gauge how much you might value your cards at. So, like, for example, TCG Player says $225. Like, okay, that's not too great. But hey, Troll and Toad, that's what that is there, Troll and Toad. And Troll and Toad's a really, for those of you that don't know, it's a really good service for buying singles in terms of Pokemon cards, and they have good sealed stuff too. I bought packs from them in the past, and they've always delivered with the pulls, of course. But they're mostly known for their vast variety of singles, and there's just so much. But yeah, anyways, there's that. You have eBay there too, so you can kind of see what actual people are buying, because sometimes, stores will buy it from Troll and Toad, and then you get the distributor price value, so they mark it up a little bit so they can, help the store out or something like that. That's kind of the way I think it happens at some points. And then down at the bottom, I can't really see it, that says Card Market. It's got the euro symbol there, so I don't really know how that translates to dollars, but they have different pricing options, so you can kind of weigh out, like, oh, if I want to buy this card, it's probably better to go to eBay, but if you're going to try to sell, maybe go look at TCG Player or Troll and Toad. Troll and Toad probably wouldn't offer you that much, though, for it, because they're not buyer to buyer. They're more of like a middleman. They got to make some money, too. And then there's no alternate arts or anything of this card, so you don't have to worry about that. But yeah, that's just another way you guys can kind of check out your cards and be like, yo, this is what I think this card's worth, this is what I should do. Go on from there and just kind of evaluate, what you personally will value the card at. So I hope you guys did enjoy this video and did learn something new. And if you did, be sure to smash the like button, subscribe down below. And we're planning on doing one of these types of videos at least once a week, starting on Mondays. If we run out of product to open, we'll probably throw in one of these on the either Wednesday, Thursday, or Saturday uploads on those days. So that is our current schedule as of today. That's going to be going on throughout the rest of hopefully this year and maybe even into next year, as long as we can keep up the content, which is what we're planning on doing anyways. But yeah, so Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, and then Saturday uploads. So really it's basically every other day except Wednesday and Thursday you get back-to-back videos, which honestly I really like. I really like having a schedule. It keeps me in check, and it allows me to come up with different ideas for you guys to kind of look into in terms of just different informational videos or different, pack openings and whatnot. But yeah, like I said, that's enough of my rambling. If you guys did enjoy this series, or the first episode or first video of this series, if you want to call it an episode, I guess that doesn't really make sense. If you guys enjoyed the video regardless, be sure to leave a like. Let us know down below. And if you have any other recommendations for this series, let us know in the comment section down below. Like maybe you're like, oh, he didn't say, do's and don'ts of buying from a flea market. That's just one I just thought of up off of my head there. I mean, we could do a video like that too, and maybe actually go to a flea market and try to look for Pokemon cards. That'd be kind of fun. Might actually have to do that. High key, low key. But anyways, that's enough of me going on. Have a great day, guys. We'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.